Hello. Wow, that light is very bright. Hopefully that doesn't ruin the video. Um, Jesus Christ, I look majestic as hell. I need to take a shower. I need to take a shower today. We're gonna do the manga collection video now. Let's go over there. So we are starting. I have these two empty shelves that are not filled with manga, and all of these shelves are filled with manga. So we're just gonna start up here. And then go down the list. I actually changed up the order of the manga collection to be alphabetical now. So we're starting with numbers like 20th Century Boys and then going to A and then B. I have a lot of manga, over 8,000. I think like 1,117 is the number. I don't know the exact number though. Start with the first one, 20th Century Boys. I have not read, but I've read Monster and I'm reading Pluto right now. So I'm excited to read this. I just got to get the rest of it and start it. School Frozen in Time. I have read this. I review up. It's not good. It's not a good review. I agree with all the things I said. It's just not a good video, so don't watch it. I like the series, by the way. I didn't like the ending, but I like the series. Next, we have A Silent Voice. This is a fun series. It's not anything crazy. Wait, what the hell am I talking about? This is not a fun series. This is like a great, amazing series about growth and how to seek it and everything. It's fantastic. It's just really, really good. Ajin I haven't read. Akane Minashi I have not read. Alice in Borderland. Masterpiece. I know. Fantastic. Really is. One of my favorite manga of all time. It's just amazing beginning to what I hope is the end. I have not read this volume yet. I'm just really, really scared too, because if the ending's not good, it's going to have to move down a little bit. But I heard it's good. I'm just scared. All You Need Is Kill, Volume 1, the only volume. I read this. It's pretty good. Not anything crazy, what I said for A Silent Voice. It's fine. It's an enjoyable read. I would say definitely give it a read if you're new to manga. As Adora, volumes 1 through 7. Really good. Again, this one is also one of Naoki Urasawa's works. I have read this, volumes 1 through 6. I'm going to grab the chair. Give me a second. Oh, you're going to do the next series. Yeah, Asadora, it's really, really good, I would say. I read volumes 1 through 6. It's really good. I just got to fresh up on what happens and read volume 7. And then whenever volume 8 comes out, I'll read it. Oh, excuse me. I just had dinner. Attack on Titan, volumes 1 through 34. I've read to volume 18 in this. It's good. I read this super early in reading manga. I think I just need to reread it. I literally just think I need to, because everyone's talking about how it's a masterpiece, and I just don't see it. But I think I was like really delusional when I was reading it. Like I was super new into manga, so it might be a lot. It probably is a lot better than I'm like actually thinking. Ayashimon, volumes 1 through 3. This was fine. It was okay. I get why it was cut. I mean, I think it could have got a lot better with time. The ending was surprisingly really, really good. This third volume was probably the best volume in this like trilogy of volumes. I'd say the third volume was the best, but take that with what you will. Next, we have Bakuman, volumes 1 through 20. I have not read this, but I have the box set. Next, down here, we have Banana Fish, volumes 1 through 3. I've not read this. Same with the Batman. Same with Barakamon, but not same with Beast Complex and Beastars. Beast Complex is fun. It's a couple short series in the universe of Beastars. If you like Beastars, you'll like Beast Complex. And I think in volume 2, there's a story of Legoshi and Haru, like the two main characters. So, and it's like fantastic. It's like, it helps the ending of Beastars so much. Like it really does just help it like so much. Next, we have Actual Beastars, volumes 1 through 22. I love this series. It's like one of my favorites of all time. I would say maybe like top 20 series. It's just fantastic. Like I want to say every single volume, there's like a slow period, like volumes like 13 through like 18, I would say, or it's like a little bit slower. It's not as great. I feel like volumes 1 through 11 were planned out and like like knew what was gonna happen so well that like coming and meeting his grandfather and Yahya and Melon and all these other characters kind of meddled it a little bit. It kind of dirtied the waters, and a lot of characters who are met on early kind of just get forgotten. Like Juno gets forgotten like a lot, and I didn't even know Jack was a character until he got his like little chapter or whatever. Next, we have the two like short story collections of Tatsuki Fujimoto. They're both like okay. I feel like Tatsuki Fujimoto just works better in longer stories. I can't really get attached to any of the characters in here, but they're like fun for the time being. We have Berserk volumes 1 through 10 and 14. I haven't read this. Obviously, if I did, I would have the entire thing, and I would probably have the deluxe editions, which I do not. Next, we have Black Clover, volumes 1 through 24. I think that's all. Yeah, that's all the volumes. Black Clover is okay. Black Clover is fine. It really just isn't anything special in my eyes. But it's enjoyable. I've read volumes 1 through 7, so, I'll see. I heard volume 8, something big happens, so maybe I literally just need to get to that moment and I'll fall in love. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, up here we have Blackguard, volumes 1 through 5. Probably the worst series in my entire collection. I just didn't like this period. It's like a BL story about, like, this post-apocalyptic world where there's, like, zombie monkey people, and it's just not good. None of the characters are fleshed out. The art is just, like, so bad. Like, it's not even bad. It's just boring. None of the character designs are interesting. The story isn't well-paced. There's, like, nothing to talk about in this manga. Except for one character. There was one character I liked, and I forgot her name. I thought she was pretty cool. She was a pretty morally gray character in here. But it was not well written. She was just morally gray. Next I have Black Torch, another... Okay, well, apparently my phone died. I'm not even going to talk about Black Torch. I didn't really like it. I'm on volume 1. Bleach, volumes 1 through 21. I've read all of this. I've read all of what I have of Bleach, at least. Fantastic. I love this arc. This arc was so good. One of the best arcs of... I don't even know if one of the best arcs of manga I've read. I've read some fantastic arcs, but this shit was so good. It is like the peak of shonen, or at least battle shonen, I think. I don't understand how you get better besides like Marineford and Islabi from One Piece. I mean, there's probably some other fucking series that came out in like 2009 that I never read or whatever, but this is just so fucking good. At least this arc. I heard it gets a lot worse down here, which kind of sucks, but it was just so good, like from start to finish. So hype, so amazing. The character writing is so good. Like, I just loved it. Next, we have Blood on the Tracks, volumes 1 through 16. I think I've read to volume 13. Just kind of waiting until the series ends. I think it's just a better binge series than any other, so I'm happy about that. Blue Box, volumes 1 through 9. I've read to volumes 7 or 8, one of these two. Volume 10's in the mail. I'm excited. I love this series so much. The series is so fun. I'm literally just waiting for more volumes to read. Because every single time I read a volume, I'm like, fuck, I gotta wait. And then I have to wait, and then I just cry. Next is Blue Giant. I also love this series so much. This ending was so tragic. This is such a tragic ending. But it made sense for where the characters need to go in their stories. It's such an amazing story about falling in love with music and finding yourself. And it really is like the pinnacle of coming to age stories. Next, down here, we have Blue Lock. I know I'm going to be glazing a lot of these series. Trust me, these next two are the final two. And we're going to get to some kind of shit. We have Blue Lock. This good. Literally in my top 10 favorite manga of all time. Probably at number 10, I think, if I would have to rank them. But I read to volume 11, but online I've read to basically the end. I'm still collecting it, though. Like, I don't even care. It's the only series I've ever read online besides the Blue Lock episode Nagi, the side story. It's the only series I've ever read online, and that's how you know how good this series is. Like, it is so good. Blue Period. This is another one of my favorite series. Probably in my top 10 as well. It's just, like, so perfect. It's literally just the perfect manga, I think. I think if you really just want, like, the epitome of a coming-to-age story, I know Blue Giant, I said, was a perfect coming-of-age story, but this is the perfect coming-of-age story. The main character, I think, is the best character, in my opinion, in manga. Just, like, one of the best characters in fiction, like, that I've ever read. Just, like, in my humble opinion, I love Yutori Yaguchi. He is such a well-rounded, balanced character with also convincing me that he is a teenager and he has teenage emotions. He is such a perfect character. I can't express how amazing he is. This is when I said it was gonna get shit. Boys Abyss. I read the first 2 volumes, not the first 3, first 2 volumes, and I thought it was fine. But a lot of people are saying the series is amazing and mature and whatever. Listen, I just don't get it. I just don't see it. I mean, yeah, the characters are depressed, but that doesn't really make it a depressing story, if that makes sense. Next, I have... That wasn't a way to end the segment. Whatever. Next, I have Call of the Night, Volume 1. I just haven't read it yet. Next, I have Candy and Cigarettes, Volumes 1 through 7. I read the first 6 or 5 volumes. I've read the first 6 volumes. This is just a fun, like, mystery noir type series that I just really, really like. Next, we have Chainsaw Man. This is when the shit stops and we get to good stuff again. Chainsaw Man's just amazing. I read to volume 11, and I just want to wait until I get more volumes. I just really, really like the first part. I don't think it gets good until, gets really, really good, like what Chainsaw Man is known for, until volume 6. Which is funny, because people are saying Chainsaw Man... I remember I was talking to a friend who only watches anime, and he got, Katana Man's, volume 5, I think. Yeah. And he was like, yeah, Chainsaw Man is fantastic. It's amazing. Chainsaw Man is one of my favorite series of all time. And I'm just like, I hate being this guy, but just fucking wait, bro. You're going to have so much fun with the rest of this. These next 6 volumes and the movie, oh my God, bro, is going to love it. All anime fans are going to love the next part of Chainsaw Man. Next, we have Claymore, volumes 1 through 27. I've read the first 6 volumes, I believe. Yeah, the first 6 volumes. I really liked it. I got to volume 3 or 4, and I just didn't enjoy it. A lot of people were saying how it's the female Berserk, but I didn't get it at all. And I haven't read Berserk anyway. And I got to volume 5, and people started to make pacts and alliances and shit, and the system they're based in is corrupt, and there's a lot of political drama going on. I'm like, holy shit, this shit is awesome. And then I got to volume 6, I'm like, this shit is still awesome. And then for some reason, I just never picked up volume 7. Or I never just read it. For no reason in particular. I don't know why. Down here, we're going to go through some manga I just haven't read. Diamonds and Die Dark I haven't read. Dandadan I have. I read the first 5 volumes. 5 volumes. 6 and 7, I'm just waiting for the right time. Dark Gathering, I read the first volume. It's okay. Death Note, I have all 6 volumes. The 6th volume is above there. It's really, really good. It's great. I've read the first 3 volumes, but I watched the entirety of the anime. Honestly, I don't see why people were complaining about Nier. I gotta be honest. Nier is great. I really like... And people say, oh, Light got nerfed. I really like how when Light is put into a position where he can control, a big thing, like the police, he, has so much limited power. That is so good. And I love how people in the task force start suspecting him, too. I love that. Nier, yeah, is a more bland protagonist, and it's not a back and forth like it used to, but I feel like the story just changed. It just changed. It didn't even go for a cat and mouse type thing anymore. It really just went for how can we poetically stop Light, and how far can Light go with the Death Note. And that's just amazing. Next, we have Demon Slayer, volumes 1 through 23, and I have the side stories, because a fan told me to get it, and I will always listen to my fans. That includes the people in this comment section. I've read all of this, and I've read this one. Demon Slayer is okay. This story is, so okay. It's, fine. Demon Slayer as a whole is, it's good. It's, just good. It's not, anything crazy, though. I think what Demon Slayer does really well is have a really good, movement of momentum. I wasn't even that interested in the series, but, by volume 13, I read like the entire thing in like a week. Like I read it super, super quick, but I wasn't even invested in it that much. It just was really easy to read. It's very digestible, I would say. And I just think that like the beginning is probably the worst part and the ending is probably the best part. Well, the ending isn't great, but the ending is probably the best part of the manga, like the final arc. And it has just a really good like movement of momentum throughout the entire story. Next we have Drinking Classroom. I've read it. It's okay. It's probably Junji Ito's worst work out of the two I've read, and the other one's Uzumaki, so whatever. Dorohedoro. I have the first 6 volumes. I have not read it yet. Dr. Stone, I read the first 7 volumes. I really enjoyed it. I like thoroughly enjoyed it. Just waiting for the right time to read volumes 1 through 26. I don't really know when though. DRCL, I haven't read. Drip Drip, I have. I really enjoyed this one shot. It's by the same author of Beastars. It's just like fantastic. Elusive Samurai. I know it's the Elusive Samurai. Okay, I'm just too lazy to change it. I put it there, and then but when I got to like T, I was just too lazy, so you just have to deal with it. The Elusive Samurai. It's just good. It's like, well, what the hell am I talking about? I haven't read it, but it's the same author of Assassination Classroom, and apparently people liked it, so I bought the first 6 volumes. Next, down here, we have Fire Force. I have not read this yet, but I do want to. We have Fire Punch, which I have read. I did a video on like what I would do if this series was an anime. I want to do more videos like that, even though it didn't do very well. And I want to do a Good Night Poon Poon one of that. I think it'd be really, even though I think the anime like just wouldn't work very well, I think it would be a really cool idea. Next, we have Fist of the North Star, volumes 1 through 4. I don't know, this series was just fun. I read the first 2 volumes. No, I read the first 3 volumes, my bad. And it was just fun. It was a fun series. I wouldn't really say anything about it, though. Like anything amazing. Like, the writing is just super, super fun. The main character is very quippy. And it's just super cool to see this, like, badass guy just beat up a bunch of people. And, like, just literally just murder them. He's, like, an overpowered character done right. Next, we have The Flowers of Evil, Complete. Volumes 1 through 4 by Shuzo Oshimi. I love this author. He does some amazing works. He has a very unique style that I really like, where he kind of just lets the images talk for him, and it's kind of portrayed like a movie. It kind of reminds me of a lot of Tatsuki Fujimoto works as well. Not an art style, but just the way the panels are displayed. It's really, really good. But this series is fantastic. I love its portray of pretensionism in like young kids and how impressionable a young kid can be. It's like so fantastic. It's just really, really good. But I think in Blood on the Tracks and Happiness, it's done a bit better. It's probably my least favorite out of the 3. Next, I have Food Wars, volumes 1 through 36. 36 is down there. I'll show you eventually. I have read to like volume 33. Yeah, 33. I've read to volume 33. 3 volumes left to end the series. I'm kind of just scared to end it. It is just such a fun ride. And anytime I don't really know what to read, I just go back to Food Wars. That's like the only thing I do. Next, out here, we have Full Metal Alchemist, the entire thing. I recently got volume 11. I've been missing that volume for like 10 years. Not 10 years. I've been missing that volume for a while, and I'm so happy I got it. I can finally finish the series. I read volumes 1 through 10. It's really, really good. I enjoyed it a lot. And then we have Gachi Akuda just down there. Haven't read it yet. I just bought it because it's the new series. Next up here, we have Gantz, volumes 1 through 12. I've read this. Again, this is I feel like I'm fucking explaining everything I've already explained, but Gantz is just so good. It's just so fantastic. It's so amazing. All the characters have incredible character arcs. The art, especially at the final arc, is fantastic. Oh my god. It's like so good. It's such an excellent love story too at the end. And at the start of it, the main character is like this pretentious ass high schooler who thinks he's the best out of everyone, and he just hates everyone. And at the end, he's literally screaming to God, saying human life has value. Oh, it's just so fucking good. And I love the ending. I know a lot of people think it's fast paced, and it definitely is, but I just think it fits so well with the series. Next, we have Girls Last Tour, volumes 1 through 6. I've read the first 2 volumes. I thought it was fine. It's good. It's a chill series. You can bust through a volume pretty quick. I'll probably complete it eventually. We have Go-Go Loser Ranger. I've read all 7 of these volumes. Just recently, I finished volume 7. Enjoyable, to say the least. It's enjoyable. Gachiakuda, volumes 1. Not read. Golden Kamuy, I read volumes 1 through 4. There's not really much to say here. I didn't enjoy it very much. But I heard you have to get a little bit deeper into the series to really, really enjoy it. Which is what I want to do. Goodbye Eri, Volume 1, and the only Volume 1 of Goodbye Eri. Fantastic. This is probably my favorite Tatsuki Fujimoto work, even though I said he works better in long-form series. This was just amazing. This gave me a lot of Yurlai and April vibes, which you'll see later in the collection. If you make it that long, I don't know. This gave me a lot of Yurlai and April vibes, and it was just so good. I felt such a sense of dread at the end, just seeing the ending of this manga. Down here, we have Goodnight Poon Poon. Obviously, this shit was good. Is it a perfect manga? No. I criticized this manga a lot for all the good vibrations Pegasus shit. I know a lot of people don't mind it or thought it was, like, okay as just a subplot. But every single time a chapter started with that shit, I had to pause the manga and go do something else. I was so bored. I did not care worth a damn of the good vibration shit. Everything else, all the Poon Poon shit, was fantastic. I loved all the Poon Poon shit. If it was just Poon Poon, this would probably be in my top 20, top 10. I think it is in my top 20, but it would probably be in my top 10 favorite series of all time. It would be up there, but because it's not, I have to put it lower. It's just so boring. It really is. But the ending's fantastic. Everything else is fantastic. It's kind of like a satire, like a cynical satire on like rom-coms or like romance manga in general, and it's so fucked up. It's like fucked up in the way where like you see an old friend like start losing that why you became friends with them, if that makes sense. Like you begin the series just to hope that Poon Poon like, you know, has a good life, and you're assuming that it's going to have a good ending, but the final 2 volumes, you're literally just, like, sticking along for the ride because, like, you know, you just have to be there for it. Like, you just know you have to be there for it. And it's kind of just, like, seeing an old friend, like, start to lose his way and start to get into worse and worse stuff, and you kind of just have to sit there and watch and be a spectator, even though they won't listen to you at all. That's the feeling I get from this manga. It's amazing. Grass, another one of my favorite manga. It's not really a manga, it's a manhwa. I think everybody in their life should read this manga. It's just so good. It's like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just so tragic. There's not really a good moment in this. It's like just so, like, just read it, okay? Just read it. You probably won't find it very often. I don't even know if they sell it in Crunchyroll. But I saw it in the manga store, and I looked at it for like such a long time, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy this. And I'm so happy that I did. It's like so good. I think everybody and their mom should read this. Next we have Haikyuu, volumes 1 through 45. Favorite manga series of all time. I don't have to talk about it. I'm going to buy the 3-in-1s. Obviously, I'm going to reread the series that way. I was thinking about doing a thing where I make a video every single time a 3-in-1 comes out, doing like a little review of what I liked and didn't like, and just seeing if the series held up. I'll probably do it. That seems like a fun idea, and when a volume comes out, I'm going to read it automatically. And it'll be a lot faster than making 45 videos and only making like 15 videos. Like, it'll be a lot faster. Next, we have Happiness up here. I already talked about it. I think it is just really, really good. Better than Flowers of Evil, but not as good as Blood on the Tracks. Blood on the Tracks, I think, is better. Hulk, volumes 1 through 3, haven't read. Hell's Paradise, I've read the first 5 volumes. It's fun. It's fun enough. I don't really know. It's like, what am I talking about? It's really good. It's fun enough. No, it's really, really good. Like, the fight scenes, the art is just so amazing. The power system is pretty unique, and it's enjoyable for the most part. All the characters are super cool. The writing is great. I love everybody. Like, I love the cast. They just kind of kill off characters whenever they want, and it's fantastic. Hellsing, Volume 1. Yeah, I figured. Hellsing, Volume 1. Okay. I haven't read it yet, but I heard it's pretty good. Homunculus, volumes 1 through 4, or I guess volumes 1 through 8. I know the last volume's coming out soon. I'm pretty excited for that. I don't really know. I read the first 3 volumes. It's like so fascinating. It's a fascinating series. I loved it. I love it. I really do. But at the same time, I also just hate it. Next we have Hunter x Hunter, volumes 1 through 36. I read the first 10 volumes, I think. Yes, I read the first 10 volumes. I literally just got volume 12 in the mail, so I'm excited to now finish out. Because I don't want to read volume 11 and then have to wait like 10 years for volume 12 to come out. So I'm excited to finish off this series. I'm like literally a third, or I guess a fourth of the way through it. Next, we have Hidden Closer, volumes 1 through 7. Series was okay for the most part, but the ending was literally perfection, which makes me excited for Alice in Borderland because they're the same author. So I hope the ending is good. Innocent, volume 1, haven't read. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, volumes 1 through 3, I have, and I thought it was okay. I thought it was like a 7 out of 10 at most. It was like so okay, but I heard that literally it does not get worse from here. So that makes me excited. Next, I have Jujutsu Kaisen, volumes 1 through 9, and then 20. I read the first 6 volumes, or I guess 0 through 9, and then 20. I read the first 6 volumes. I enjoyed it. I liked it. I don't really know. I don't like it as much as other people say, though, which kind of saddens me, because a lot of people are calling this shit peak. I don't see it, but, I really wish I did. Jungle Juice, volumes 1 through 3. This is an enjoyable read as well. Not anything crazy, though. I read the first 2 volumes. I'm excited for volume 3. Volume 4 is coming soon in like 2 months, so that'll be fun. Kaguya-sama Love is War, volumes 1 through 28. Complete. I read to volume 25. I'm literally just waiting for rainy day to finish the series off, because I'm really sad if it would finish. These are like just a really good relationship and a really good comedy. Probably my only complaint is that this type of comedy that they use, and it's funny, like don't get me wrong, it's really funny. I just don't like the comedy in stories like this, where both characters are portrayed as these like masterminds, and then when it comes to comedy, they're just literal dunces. Which is fine, I get it. Like, oh, they're teenagers, they don't know everything, and they're going through puberty and stuff, and that's like the point. It just seems a bit weird to me that they would make these characters who are like portrayed as these smart ass people, at least in the beginning, so much dumber at the end. They just feel so dumb. And there's like a couple other things I disliked, but overall I had an amazing ride with the series, and I can't wait for it to end. Kaiji, volumes 1 through 4, fantastic. I think I literally said this in my manga log when I read this. When I was reading the first volume at the end, I literally started doing push-ups because of how hype this story was. And it's a gambling manga. Like, it literally made me feel like I was also gambling. Like, it's insane. Down here, I have Kaiju number 8, volumes 1 through 8. It's fun. There's nothing really much else to say it. It's okay. A lot of the characters are pretty bland and one note. I got, in the beginning, I'd say the first 5 or 6 volumes, I think Kafka is a boring protagonist, and I never got the hype for him. Like, yeah, he's an adult, but he acts like every other protagonist in shonen, so I really don't think it matters all that much, but later on, I did get the appeal of why, and how he kind of seems like a mentor type character to a lot of the other characters. And I got it. I got it. But early on, it doesn't make any sense, and it's not great. Next, I have Killing Stalking, volumes 1 through 6. I read the first 2 volumes, I believe. Yeah, the first volume or first 2 volumes. It's really good. It's, like, fantastic. It's also the most fucked up thing I've ever read, though, so it kind of scares me. Look back, it was okay. Another one of Tatsuki Fujimoto's works. People say it's a masterpiece. It's, people think about how I think of Goodbye Eri. Next, I have Made in Abyss. Made in Abyss is also, I just haven't read it yet. Magi, March Comes In Like a Lion, and Marriage Toxin, I've all not read. Mashal, I read the first 3 volumes. Decent. what am I talking? Decent. This is one of the funniest shits I've ever read in my entire life. This shit was so funny. I loved it. I loved every single minute of it. That's why I bought the rest of the volumes, because I loved volumes 1 through 3 so much. I thought the story was so funny and just so fun, and the characters felt so alive. I just really, really liked it. I just haven't picked it up since. And then volumes 14 is right there. Next, we have Master Keaton volumes 1, 6, 7, 9, and 10. I haven't read this yet, but same author as Naoki Urasawa, kind of. It's like, I think in the beginning, he does the art, and then the author leaves, and then he finishes it out. And apparently it gets a lot better. Mob Psycho, volumes 1 through 13. Oh, excuse me. Volumes 1 through 13. For early volumes 1 through 3, okay. As soon as I started getting more into it, I completely enjoyed it, and I got it 100%. Monster, volumes 1 through 9. I just finished this. Fantastic series. I loved it. I loved every single minute of it. I have my complaints, but there's not many. This was amazing. Naruto, volumes 1 through 27. I read the first 2 volumes. I think the first chapter of the first volume is like a masterpiece. Like, I think the first chapter is one of the best first chapters I've ever read. Would I say that for the rest of the series? Absolutely not. After the first chapter, it gets boring as shit. It gets to like a thing where Kakashi is fighting this water ninja, and I literally just don't care. Nude Model and Other Short Stories by the author of Blue Period. I haven't read this yet, but I'm excited to. Down here, I have all of my One Piece, and then I have the side story and the Ace novel, or like the Ace thing, and then I have the Sanji Food Wars story. One Piece is like my 3rd favorite manga of all time. It's literally like, if you want a grand story, if you want something on the lines of like Brandon Sanderson books, you would like One Piece, because it is just fantasy and action and this grand epic story. If you like Brandon Sanderson books, and trust me, I do too, you would love One Piece. Up here, we have One Punch Man, volumes 1 through 6, and then 9 and 24. I'm just waiting for more volumes to come out. I really enjoyed it, but I really just, this series is never in stock for some reason. Oshinoko, I haven't read. Parasite, haven't read. Perfect World, I read the first volume. I thought it was fantastic. I loved it. Just haven't finished it yet. I plan on finishing it by the end of the year, though. Planet Test, I've read. Amazing. As you can see, volumes 2 and 3 of Pluto are out because I'm reading it. I'm excited to get into it, though. PTSD Radio, volumes 1 through 3. Really good. Not many complaints. I read the first volume. It's fantastic. I mean, it's a good horror story. Real, volumes 1 through 15. I've read this entire thing. Top 10, in my collection. It's just so good. Amazing story about wheelchair basketball, and the themes and the characters and the story and the plot and the pacing and the art. It's every little detail is literal perfection. I've cried so many times, I can't even tell you. Record of Ragnarok, volumes 1 through 10. Just good, just fine. It's a good fighting manga. I'm never going to complain. And then down there, I got Ride Your Wave, which is also pretty good. It's just a good, one volume. I just think it should have been longer. Alright, now we're going to get into, sections of my collection that are hidden away. Rooster Fighter, volumes 1 through 5. I like it. It's, again, a good fighting manga. It's just, also kind of funny that a rooster is killing these kaiju, but whatever. Sakamoto Days, volumes 1 through 11. I've read all of this. I'm enjoying it a lot more in the later parts, these volumes probably, 6 through 11. I'm enjoying it a lot more than I did in the earlier parts. Kind of reminds me of Blue Lock, honestly. It's really, just really good. Sayonara Football, Shonen Note, I've not read. Showa Shoten, I have. I read the first 3 volumes. Really, really good. I'm loving it so much. Silver Spoon, I haven't read. Slam Dunk, oh shit, my hair. Slam Dunk, I absolutely loved. It's just so perfect. It's such a great manga. I just think the beginning and the end aren't as good as other manga. If honestly, I'm being 100% honest, if the beginning and end were on par with the rest of the series, this would probably be my favorite series of all time. This would probably beat out Haikyuu. I am being 100% honest with you. I just don't like how the end ends off with just all the characters losing, and we don't even get to see them lose. I would have loved to see them lose. All right, down here we have Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You. It's an enjoyable read. I really liked it. I'm not a big slice of life guy, so this was fun to read. As like a fun slice of life to read as someone who isn't a slice of life guy. Snowball Earth I had read. As you can see, I don't know if you can see it very well, but Soul Eater, I'm in the middle or like at the beginning of Volume 5. It's enjoyable though. I'm just kind of waiting on the right day. Next, we have Spider-Man Fake Red. I haven't read. I haven't read Spider-Man Fake Red. Spy Family, Volumes 1 through 10. Yes. Volumes 1 through 10. Enjoyable. It's an enjoyable read. Not much to it, though, I would say. It's very non-linear. And I'm more of like a linear type guy. This sounds so dumb. Steel of the Celestial Shadows, Volume 1. I haven't read yet, but the cover looks fantastic, and I love the premise of it. And Volume 2 looks even better, so I'm excited to get into it. Now, coming to this shelf. We're almost done, guys. I wanted to go through this pretty quick because I don't want... In my previous, collection videos, they'd be, fucking an hour long, so I wanted to make it a bit shorter. Summertime Rendering, Volumes 1 through 5, I haven't read. The 100 Girlfriends, Volumes 1 through 9, I've read all of this, and it is the funniest story I've ever read. Oh, excuse me. It's the funniest story I've ever read. Better than Mashal, better than whatever comedy series you're thinking of, besides One Piece. Just good. It's like it breaks the... Literally, in the first page of this volume, it talks about how the last volume was pretty high energy. It was like, man, I'm pretty stressed out since the last volume. We did all that sumo wrestling. It literally talks about how this series is in volumes. How is that shit not the funniest thing in the world? Next, we have The Boxer, Volumes 1 through 6. I just read Volume 6. It's literally my favorite manga of all time. It's my favorite manga of all time. It's my second favorite thing in this collection. Remember how I said One Piece is my third and Haikyuu is my first? This is number 2. And it might surpass Haikyuu depending on how the future goes. Right now, we just got the biggest cliffhanger ever in the entire world. I swear, if they kill Carmen, I might just have to quit the series. I might just have to. They can't kill her, bro. That would be so sad. Next, we have Breaker. I guess it's not even The Breaker. Is it The Breaker? Or is it just Breaker? Okay, no, it's The Breaker. I knew it. I was like, what the hell? Because I put this in the thes, so I would hope this isn't The Breaker. I don't really know. I haven't read this yet, so I wouldn't know. The Fable, again, I haven't read, but I heard great things about it, so I bought the first omnibus. I just purchased the second one, too. Next, we have The Girl from the Other Side. I'm a little bit into this volume. I just probably got to restart it and find a day to read this. The Golden Sheep, I finished. Amazing. It's a fine read. Good read. I enjoyed it. I loved the pacing of it. The pacing of the story I thought was really cool. How we were flashing in between it started in the future, then we went to the past, and you're kind of intrigued by what it's a basic thing that some manga do, but I just found it neat. Next, we have The Horizon, same author as The Boxer. Also, one of my favorite manga of all time. Doesn't even matter. I loved it. I loved it so goddamn much. The Kingdom of the Gods. This was fine. I enjoyed it. The Promised Neverland, Volumes 1 through 10. I read the first 2 volumes, and again, this one I also enjoyed. Not too much, though. I mean, I liked the first 2 volumes. I thought they were really, really good, but I heard it gets a lot worse. Next, we have The Summer Hikaru Died. I have not read this. Tokyo Ghoul. I read the first 4 volumes. I like it. I thought Volume 4 was probably the most boring volume out of the 3. Just because I'm not super interested in, the actual mystery of it all. More interested in, what's his name? Takamichi or some shit? No, that's Tokyo Avengers. Forgot his name. The main character, at least. I know her name's Toka. It's Takichi or some shit. I don't even know, bro. But I'm more interested in him becoming a ghoul and him having to face between his ghoul and human side. I'm more interested in that, but the mystery is also pretty cool too, and learning more about Rize and just the ghoul world is super interesting. I have all of it, volumes 1 through 14. Here is Tokyo Avengers with Takemichi included. I've read the first, 7 volumes? Yeah, 7 volumes I read here. I don't know. I like enjoyed it like a shit ton, surprisingly. First volume I didn't really care for. Later in it, I don't even know why, bro. Like, I can't even explain it to you. But I'm enjoying it so goddamn much. If you want to follow my Twitter, I mean, if you comment about it, I'll send it to you or whatever. Put it in the comment section. If you want to follow my Twitter, go ahead. I review everything I read. Fucking, like, I literally was like, how did Tokyo Revengers get this good so quick? Undead Unluck, I haven't read. Under Ninja, I have read the first 2 volumes, I believe, maybe. Yeah, first 2 volumes. I haven't read volume 3 yet. This is like a fun ninja series. It's like so like weird. Like, it's not really like actual ninjas like Naruto. It's more of like regular everyday people, and some of them are good at doing flips. Like, that's really it. Uzumaki, favorite Junji Ito work. I don't really like Junji Ito that much. I think most of Junji Ito's characters that he writes are just god awful. Like, I think most of the characters are just really bad. But his like art and horror is so fantastic. It's like the best I've ever seen in like comic ever. Down here we have Vagabond volumes 1 through 9, or no, volumes 1, 2, 3, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm just waiting for volume 4. I've read the first 3 volumes. I like enjoyed it. I really liked it. I give it like an 8 out of 10. But I gave like both of Takehiro Inoue's other works 10 out of 10s. I'm just praying that this manga lives up to it, because I just don't see it right now. But I'm just praying it does. Next, we have Vinland Saga, volumes 1 through 13. I haven't read this very much. I read the first 2 volumes. I'm excited to get into it more. I like don't see the masterpiece in this at all, but I really just hope that Volume 3 is the one that does it for me. I like the ending of Volume 2. Volume 2, the ending is pretty good. I just really hope that it gets a lot better. And it's, like, good. Like, I'm not even complaining. It's really good. I give it, like, a 7 out of 10. I just hope it can, like, live up to what everyone else is saying. Down here, we have Wand Dance, volumes 1 through 8. I've read the first 6 or 7 volumes, I think. It's a good dance manga. It's, like, probably the most basic sports series I've ever read, but it's fun. We have Welcome to Demon School Aruma-kun, volumes 1 through 7. This manga is surprisingly doing well financially. And they're releasing volumes pretty quick, which I'm excited about. But I've read the first 3 volumes. Good, but not too, like, amazing, whatever. But I heard it does get, like, a lot better in the future. Windbreaker, volumes 1 through 5. A lot of people are hating on the series. I don't get it. It's so fun. A lot of the characters aren't layered in, like they're not, like, deep characters, but a lot of them are, like, deep in, like, what they do, you know? And, like, their character archetypes are, like, very, I wouldn't say profound, but are very, like, delicately put in there, I would say. Like, I could just take a random character. Like, take this guy, for example, the white-haired dude. This guy right here. Take him. Like, yeah, he's obviously, like, the more older brother protective character. But, like, think about the things he does. And, like, that, like, makes him such a more interesting character. Like, he calls everybody brother. And he calls, like, the people at, like, his, like, foster home or whatever, his sister. And, you know, he grew up as, like, someone from a foster home. And, like, you can see, like, how you, like, think in your mind, man, if you grew up in a foster home, I wonder where he got this, oh, brother, sister type thing. And he's super invested into plants. And what does that plants thing mean? And if he's invested in plants, he must be very overprotective. And then you see that when it comes to, like, the big fights. He, like, is super protective of everybody in his gang. And it's, like, tiny things like that. Like, there's no overlong speech or backstory or whatever. But it's tiny little things that you recognize that just make the characters so much better. Like, this eye patch guy right here, eye patch guy, you can see him constantly in the background rejecting and giving other people his food. And then you start to think, well, is there a food disorder type thing there? Or is he just on a diet? And it's just really, really good and super interesting. Up here, we have Yomatsuhegi. I've read this. This is just fun. Your Lie in April, one of my favorite manga of all time. Fantastic. I loved every single minute of it. The orchestral scenes, the piano scenes, are amazing. And just rereading it, it just makes it even better. Your Name, Volume 1, I haven't read yet. And finally, well, not finally, we have a couple more volumes. Zom 100, I have not read. Or I have read. I have read Zom 100. I've read all of it. Again, probably one of my favorite comedy series of all time. It's not all that funny. I just love all the characters and the crazy hijinks they get up to. And down here, I have all the recommendations for the recommendation video. And obviously, I've not read a single one. Dead to Demons, Destruction, Volumes 1 through 2. Chojin X, Volumes 1 and 2. Crazy Food Truck Driver, Volumes 1, 2, 3. Glepner, Volumes 1, 2, 3. Delicious in Dungeon, Volumes 1 and 2. Tower of God, Mysterious Girlfriend X. I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. Freerin, Sakura Saku, Medalist, Pandora Hearts. The Apothecary Diaries, Blade of the Immortal, and Initial D. I have not read any of these. These are all, I made a video talking about asking for recommendations. I'm done doing that. Do not post on that video. I have no more money. I'm joking. But do not post on that video. I'm not going to buy it. But, yeah, I did this entire video, and these are all the recommendations. I'm going to read them in May. Because I'm going to read them in May, so you'll probably get that video around the end of May. I'm guessing. I haven't read a single one of these yet. I've read a little bit of Freerin, as you can see the bookmarks there, but other than that, I haven't read anything else. Okay, and that is the end of it. So it's 40 minutes. Oh, sorry, I almost bumped into you, my guy. That was 40 minutes of me talking about my manga collection. Hopefully you enjoyed. Leave a big old fat like, and make sure to subscribe to the video. I literally never asked for this. And honestly, if you don't subscribe, I wouldn't really blame you, but do it, because I heard it actually helps, and surprisingly, it's crazy. Okay, goodbye. See ya. I'll focus on Haikyuu. Bye.